Imagine this. Wolvesville has travelled back 200 years and was not Germany based, but British. Would women be allowed to play the game, considering that they did not have many rights? Would the devs charge money for every little thing, to separate social and economic classes? Who would be the true king of Wolvesville? Well, luckily we can leave them unanswered because this is only the Victorian Era update and not the Victorian Era in itself. The Victorian Era update might be quite historic after all. Not only do we get to see the literal time traveler role that could hypothetically take us back to the 19th century, we also get the addition of minigames. Yes, let's start there, as this is by far the biggest change of this update. Starting with this update, when thou art murdered, thou canst play a minigame against other skeletons. There are currently 3 minigames: Tic Tac Toe, Memory and Battleship, Yarr, which thou can also see in this segment as footage, of course. They don't give any rewards and they are all turn-based, but it's for most people who are not exactly social deduction nerds like me who like to analyze and commentate every play by others, a great way to pass time. And great, we might even see more in the future if the feedback is positive. I also suggested to Philip that this could be a great thing to have in custom game lobbies before the game starts, as that is where those peasants tend to be the least patient. I'm happy for this addition and hope that players get to be more willing to stay, but I also hope that minigames won't become more fun than the game itself, because if that happens, oh boy, we will definitely need a time machine. And wow, what a smooth bridge to the next section, or wasn't it? The time traveler probably has such a time machine, and it's also a new role along with the wolf time traveler. As can be seen in the blog post, this role is not really balanced and will only appear in sandbox for a bit before becoming crazy and custom exclusives. Edit, it has already been promoted to crazy game mode exclusive right now, and at the moment it even has 4 setups. I'm going to go into this in a bit more detail in a upcoming YouTube short. The time traveler is a villager that can once per game put the game back to the previous day, which means kills are reverted, whereas the wolf time traveler wolf does this for the werewolves. This is definitely a good conceptual role for the sake of creating chaos and mayhem. I'm equally excited to see that this role is not going to be a mainstay in sandbox and quick games, because there were quite a lot of people, including myself, who were initially scared of when this concept dropped in the last update in that blog post. Now to cover another part of the Victorian Era, the economic classes. You heard that right. If you have the Moonlight membership, you will get even more now, and there is something really exciting here that will definitely not anger any free-to-play player. An extra second slot for a hat, mask, glasses, front and back item, making it possible to make this monstrosity of an avatar. Well, to be more serious, this is a sick change that will enhance avatar creation. As long as you pay, of course. But since it's only avatar creation, I don't think it's really an issue, since it does not involve gameplay advantages at all. In fact, I'm pretty happy that this is one of the perks for this membership, and not something stupid like OP roll cards. For the non-Moonlight members, I have a question. If there was one of those 5 that you would be able to use 2 slots for your avatars, which one would you choose? Let me know in the comments. The second Moonlight membership bonus that is added is streak badges. If you stay subscribed for a couple months, you get badges for 3, 6, 9 months, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 years. But if at any moment you have to cancel your subscription, that will be unfortunate for you, because the streak gets reset, like how that works with a streak. Honestly, I'm more mixed on this one. What I would like to see instead is just there not being a streak, and when not being subscribed, the counter just pauses until you're resubscribed, and of course you would not have access to your badge either at that moment. But it's all very minor in the grand scope of things, and I think that additional avatar item layers is an amazing addition, and I was already quite happy with what we got before that, with the gems, the avatar and also the other stuff. Speaking of money, if you want to support me financially, why not use code HYPO in the game? It's completely free for you, and with every purchase you make, a small percentage of the earnings from it will go to me instead of the devs. Thanks to everyone who has supported me so far. Back to the video. The last few additions are relatively small but very big for certain communities. Firstly, we have an API change, which has received new metrics to track, such as rose skins, item tags and clan flares and much more. There's a full list right here. It's way too technical for me to understand what this can bring, and definitely far past the Victorian era, but I'm 100% sure that the coding geniuses know what to do with it. Also shout out to Black Widow, who joined the dev team. I know him mostly from Joker streams, but it's really nice to see community members become official staff, or even a developer in this case. Another niche community, the Wolvesville Classic community, also got some updates. The Vigilante, Shadow Wolf, Nightmare Werewolf, Beast Hunter are all added, and the Pacifist has received the same change as the Passy in Wolvesville did some months ago. Finally, some QOL. Medium can just click a player to revive instead of selecting the heart icon first. Bandit, Zombie and Sack Leader now automatically win against Cursed, Jailer, Ghost Lady and Werewolf Fan in 1v1s. 2 coupled werewolves, 1 cupid and 1 villager as less living players now results into a couple win instead of a werewolf win. This is a cool change, although I'm curious how it will change dynamics in werewolf teams. Swipe gestures have now also been added to menus and tabs. This is something I'm not gonna notice as a PC player, but very useful for phone players. There is an in-game FAQ section for checking night kill order, protection order, werewolf strength and more, which is really nice because it is often asked and is only found in the questions tab in the official Discord server and some other places where people have spread it. All accounts that were made with social media accounts can now get an email address and password to create an alternative method to log in. And following that, if you do have both mail and social media method to log in, you will also see the complete list of all those methods. With all that being said, enjoy the Victorian era update. I will see you later and don't be a traitor. Goodbye.